da da da. What's my good cheer? I cannot believe that I am so content, so happy, so pleased with myself. And I still have not got my editor going. I've been working on it all day. Well, I'm not going to say all day because I had to take some of my own advice today. 5 days I've been working on this program. And you guys, the thing is, we picked this word learning this week, and it couldn't have come at a more opportune time because I am deep in the lessons, and it's not the lessons up here, it's the lessons in my everyday, day to day. It's the lessons I've received that are helping me out in these situations that I'm having, right? Those moments where I might find that I'm a little frustrated or punch drunk with all the Googling I've been doing, all the pushing of the buttons in my in my programs, erasing stuff, rebooting my laptop, not once, not twice, not 3 times. I did it 4 times. 4 times. I just finished doing it again, reinstalling my editor. I haven't tried it yet. I tried something new, bypassing Microsoft altogether because I know it's a cloud issue 100%. Google does not want me sharing my privacy settings and my sharing settings with another browser. Understood. I'm a Google girl. I agree. I shouldn't be made to feel confused by the messaging and the direction by two different browsers, and I am a Google girl. This is YouTube. It belongs to Google, right? That every time that I come onto my computer, I do not want to be bombarded by confusing and scary messages that are making me think that if I don't hit this button, right, I'm going to lose all my files, or right, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I lost my camera app, but that's okay because I took a picture for my live tonight, right? And I just used the system and it worked out absolutely perfect. And these are apps that I can pick up from the Play Store as I go along. And I've been in the Play Store. It's part of the learning process, that technical part that Cindy doesn't like, that learning process. And it's not a matter of learning. I love to learn new things, but I do dislike wasting time. I even edited a video today. I tried another app that was on the Microsoft. It was a Microsoft app, and I got a video edited. I uploaded it to my YouTube, right? And YouTube says, "Oh, just leave it unlisted, Cindy, so that you have an opportunity to check it to make sure that you're pleased with it before you let it go public." And I thought about it. It says, "I got it this time," and I was just about to hit that publish button and make it public. And I thought, you know what? It takes not much time. I've wasted 5 days trying to get a video up. It doesn't make any difference if I just postpone it for another hour, right? I had other things to do today. I'll get into that, right? That matter. Hello, Kathy, dear. I was taking some of my own advice today in the baby steps, right? I've been at this editing program trying to figure out. I had it up and running, right? You've been probably into my lives. You see, heard the situation that I was in, right? I want to get some of these adventures that I had when I was up on my trip to Ontario. I got so much footage, and I'm so excited to put in these moments that I had together and splicing it like an adventure for everybody. And I was disappointed in myself, and I would have been even more disappointed in myself. And these is where the lessons helped me out today, right? I got nothing done. I had 3 days off, right? I got absolutely nothing done. And yet I have to stop and I have to think all that learning, all those lessons that I've gotten in this process is just huge. Being able to feel out and understand the differences between the browsers and the different apps in the browsers, learning about the cloud. These are things that as a content creator, right? I do need to know. But because I'm a live girl, I come in and I go live for the most part, right? It's just a matter of hitting that live button. And my programs are already set up for that, right? Back into the video editing. Oh, Owen! Awesome! We got Owen tonight too. Holy moly. Yeah, I was just saying I had a video edited for you guys today. It was really simple. I don't think I even edited it much except to put my PrairieDodgers, right, text into it. Other than that, I didn't do anything to it. But when I went to upload it and recheck it, because I did in the last second before sharing it public, I actually what I did is I put it unlisted, and then I went back into it after it was processed, and I went, oh my goodness. Thank goodness I didn't publish that live. It was such a good little video. But you guys would have watched something this big. Like seriously, it was this big. You would have needed a magnifying glass to watch my video. I don't know what I did. But it was the format that it would let me upload it in, and I said no, this isn't going to happen. And that's when I decided to reboot my computer again, and then this time totally bypass Microsoft and see if I could just make this an extension to my Google account. Then probably because I'm not dealing with the cloud, because I'm not dealing with Microsoft, that possibly, right, Google might let me share my videos for editing with my new editing program. So I'll release the permissions in my editing program, of course, but I'm hoping this time it's going to work. It's a third party issue, right? My laptop is tied up to my modem. Lessons, you guys. This is all learning. And this might help you guys too, right? These mistakes that I'm making, these failures and little disasters that I'm going through, right? If it ever should happen to you, you go, oh my goodness, Cindy will know how to do it. I'll just phone Cindy, or I'll just message Cindy. Don't make it like Grand Central Station. But if you guys are in a difficult situation, right? I have learned so much in the past few years, but even in just the past few days, right? Even in the past few days, relearning some of those things that I was familiar with a few years ago, but because I didn't need to use them, right? And because of innovation, things are always changing, right? So if you're not learning together, right, then you're just right, you're going to separate. You're going to find that you're kind of lagging behind, and it's a little bit of catch up, but I'm doing it, and I'm so proud of myself. So here comes taking my own lessons, and let's have a little sip of my coffee. Oh my goodness, I drank so much coffee today. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be so acidic. I can end up with a rash. Mm. But anyway, it's true. Ah, but I love coffee. You know what I mean? And if I'm not drinking coffee, then it might be a bag of chips or a sandwich or, right, a muffin or something, right? Coffee keeps me going in the job. So today, after I saw that video that I had spent a good amount of time editing, all excited, I have a video. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I did it. Adapt and conquer. Woohoo! I was so happy. I said, okay, let's do a little bit of something in the house. And I cleaned around the house and did whatever I had to do. And then I went back to the computer and I said, okay, let's go check it. And I went and I checked the unlisted video. Now that's when I saw it was only like this big. And I went, and that feeling of disappointment. And it wasn't disappointment in anything except that I couldn't get it. What is it that I'm missing in this? Right? And I said, you know what? I have to get away from this. But you know what? Let's reboot the computer one more time. Right? So I rebooted it and I figured it out. I did some Googling and right. It's amazing. Googling, you have a problem. You can Google absolutely anything, anything, and there's an answer for it. If not the answer, there will be some perspectives or some possibilities to choose from, right? Depending on the programming that each one of us has that makes it so that we can relate to something a little bit better. Okay. I hope you're staying with me on this one because I am proud of myself in this moment. I wouldn't have been proud of myself unless it came to me. I says, okay, Cindy, you need to stop this right now. You need to get away from this laptop. You need to get away from the computer. And you're going to do something else. What do you want to do? Do you want to go for a walk? And then I thought to myself, well, I'm going back to work tomorrow. How am I going to feel when I go back to work tomorrow and I've got nothing done, right? I never accomplished anything. And it wasn't true that I hadn't accomplished, right? I got the laundry done. I did a little cleaning and reorganizing and cleaning the desk, right? And I did learn, right? I did go in. I did tons of learning, right? Didn't quite work out the way I'd wanted to, but I just had not gotten the perescicate lesson, right? That could make this all work. Now, it is here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's 9:35 at night, right? I need some fresh air, right? I haven't been outside yet today, except to run out the door because my sister messaged me. She says, Cindy, I'm going home. And she drives by my house when she goes home. She goes, I'm going home. And she says, I bought a pie and I'm going to eat the whole thing. Do you want a piece of pie? Pumpkin pie. And I said, sure, I'll have a piece of pumpkin pie. So I grabbed a plate and a knife and I ran down there. She met me at the front door and cut a piece of pie, put it on my plate. She gave me a piece of garlic sausage, ran back into the building, had a little conversation with her, walked back in the building, right? All the ladies said, oh, what do you got there? And I said, well, it's a strange dinner. It's pumpkin pie and garlic sausage. But I says, I'm not going to have any dirty dishes. Dinner is ready, right? So I had my dinner. I put the garlic sausage in the fridge. The pie was enough, right? It was very nice of her to drop it off. And it was, right, just what I needed, a little bit of a treat. I like pumpkin pie. I gave myself a little pat on the back, right? I got myself away from the computers, got into little projects, and I said, you're going back to work tomorrow, Cindy. How are you going to feel when you go back to work tomorrow? I says, I'm not going to feel very good. I says, because I did, all I got done was the laundry. I didn't even get a walk in. Now I'm thinking to myself that because of I know how I feel and I know how I will feel once I connect with Mother Nature and I get home, that I will have a totally different outlook and a different feeling, and it would be just what I needed. So I probably would have gone for a walk anyway tonight. But I said, on Friday, I said, because I kind of make this list of things that I want to get accomplished on my days off, right? Be productive. I says, well, I'm going to get this video edited. So I'll probably spend the first day editing video, which I did. And then the second day, well, I'll have to go visit my sister Tracy because she just got out of the hospital. She wasn't up for Friends. Kind of worked for me because I still hadn't figured out the video. So I sent her some messaging and stuff, and I will go see her. I have a bag for her, right? But I spent all day yesterday again editing video, and today I had tons of running around to do. So I had to get everything done yesterday, right? Because I didn't think I was going to have much time to do anything today. And I'm frustrated, right? I was just totally frustrated not be able to get the video done. But I went back at it again today. Pitbull with a piece of raw meat in my mouth, right? This is the way I am. And Googled. I learned. I tried. I experimented, right? And I was kind of proud of myself. I learned some things. I'm still a little nervous that I might have deleted some important files, but that's okay, right? Nothing nothing is unsolvable, just like Marie Folio says. I'll get it figured. I said that lots to myself in the past few days too, right? You have to be your own cheerleader. But I did say I wanted to get that video done, and I want to do my hall closet. I need to do my entranceway. It was just everything. It was such a mess. It was disorganized. I hadn't switched it over from my summer to my winter yet. So, and then I had my bike, and I'm going, oh my goodness, where am I gonna store my bike this winter? I've got no space in this little apartment. I got nowhere to put it. It's sitting in my living room, and I walk by it and I kick it every morning. Right? Yeah, I hurt my ankle every time I hit that pedal. And I actually cleaned today, right? Baby steps. Walking away from the frustration, knowing that that's not good for me. I'm not going to absorb any lessons. All I'm going to do is get a little bit nervous, a little bit frantic, and I'm just going to start pushing buttons, right? And just seeing what will stick, like spaghetti, throwing it up against the wall, seeing what sticks. And then you know what happens when you do that. You start making mistakes and you make a bad situation worse. So taking my own lessons, I said, baby steps, Cindy. You're going to take care of your emotional well-being. You're going to feel good when you leave the house tomorrow to go to work. That you can feel that your weekend, my weekend, right, was productive. That you got things done. I'm looking at my entranceway and I'm so proud of myself because not only did I do the entranceway, I found a spot for my bike. I got it out of the way. It's not sitting in my living room anymore. And because it's not quite winter yet, we probably got another month before it gets bad. I'll probably be riding my bike. I might even ride my bike tonight. No, I want to walk tonight. I don't want to ride my bike. I'm going to go for a walk tonight. But the bike is in a spot and it could be a permanent spot even in the summertime. So it never has to be in my living room again. And the other possibility was to sell it and then just pick up a new one next year. But I like my bike. It works really well for me. And it makes me happy to know what a great deal. I paid $28 for my mountain bike and it looks brand new and it runs really, really good, right? So there's no need for me to invest another few $100s next summer if I could find a spot for it to be stored. I would have left it where it was. I would have stumbled over it all winter. Would have used it as a coat rack or somewheres to throw things on, right? But I cleaned that whole area up too. my boot shelf. I switched all of my shoes, all my summer shoes are there, right? To keep my mind off of these problems that I had. And as I was doing that, every once in a while, I was doing this process of rebooting my computer and bypassing Microsoft, right? And in between everything I was doing, I swear I had hoodies and jackets like 3 feet high on my kitchen floor because I made it my workstation, right? I made it my workstation and I had to clean it up before I could come live because, again, it's my emotional well being. How would I feel if I went to work tomorrow and, right, I may have my editor up tonight. If it is, I won't be going to bed until I've got a video ready to go, right? But if it doesn't work out, right, that frustration is going to surface again, right? That frustration is going to surface again. But it won't be so bad because I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish when it came to my other needs, right? When I said, that's it, Cindy, no more computer, no more laptop, forget about this, right? Shut the thing down on the laptop. And I could have just sat there, or I could have sat there and I could have watched my metal detecting videos, or I could have talked to my sisters, or, right, I could have taken in lessons, but in the state that I was, right? Again, you're not absorbing when you're in that frazzle, right? You're not absorbing. And it was a little bit of frazzle, nothing, right? Right? Because I was using those lessons, all those lessons that I learned in mindset about, right, being positive, taking my own lessons and doing the baby steps and say, okay, walk away, go do something else. And then I would come back when I was feeling better. Or when I was doing something, I go, ooh, because in my mind, I'm thinking paths now, right? The paths between things and why things wouldn't be allowed and what, right? And I came up with another idea, and that's when I said, well, let's just bypass Microsoft because they just want everything to the cloud anyway. They want everything to belong to them, right? And it is easier for me just to have my Google there because I know it worked. I know it worked because, right, I've been making videos since I've been home from my trip, right? But somehow it's just not clicking anymore, and I do believe it's just because of those clouds, right? And I want everything to be local on this laptop. This laptop I bought specifically for editing my videos. I don't want to do anything else with it except for maybe watch videos on YouTube, right? But I have Google Chrome as my main browser, and that's all that's going on this laptop. I won't be downloading anything else except for my editor and my Chrome. And that's what we'll work with, and that's how I'll know everything is safe and secure and then I can do what I want to do. I'm hoping, right? In my head, it makes sense that this might work, but maybe it won't. And then I'd wake up tomorrow morning all disappointed in myself for not being able to figure it out, telling everybody I was going to go down like a kamikaze fighter, couldn't get anything done, right? And then I get on my bed and I walk around the corner and I would see my entranceway and I go, oh my goodness, that's just beautiful. I got my bags for donations sitting at the door, waiting to go home. Just gonna make less mess in my house, right? I'm not gonna stumble over my bike every time I get up to go to the washroom or go to the fridge to get something to drink, right? Drink. let's let's get acidic. Right? I feel fantastic. And I found things that I've been looking for, like I've seriously been looking for. I'm like, oh my goodness, where was this when I was going on my holiday? Or, oh my goodness, I was looking for this. And then my favorite magnifying glass, when I pulled out a shelf and I swept underneath and went, oh my goodness, my favorite magnifying glass, right? Right? And I'm going, oh my goodness, everything is so put away. I love my Rubbermaid containers, right? And I'm smiling again. I'm smiling again in my own lessons. Now, I could have said, I'm done trying to figure this editor out. I give up. Let's just put that little crappy little video that I use that app for. Let's put that up. Let them chew on that. Oh my goodness, I would have been heartbroken because you guys mean so much to me that I just didn't want to put that up, because in my lessons, in my learning, I'm better than that now. I'm better than that now. And that isn't being the example. That isn't being the evidence, right? We do what we have to do, but I think I can do better than that. I think I can figure this out. I would really like to figure this out, because you guys, you've been listening to me about my vacation all year long. You're going to hear me start talking about next year's vacation on September 12th, when I disappear on September 12th next year, right? That you guys will be listening to me yap about it, right? This is your adventures. And when I go on my trips, my big trip, my right, I create reverse engineer myself, right? That I create through my own choices and my own hard work. And right, I fail along the way. This year I had to come home 1 day early, right? Because I ran out of money. Next year that won't happen, because right, that's my once a year big trip, and it means everything to me. And I had a fantastic time, right? But it was short 1 day. Maybe we'll add another week to it next year. I don't know. It depends on how well I do, how I reverse engineer, right? Use those lessons that I've picked up along the way to create something magnificent. And the thing is, you guys deserve, like these adventures are for you, right? When I went on this trip and I made those videos and I'm walking down the trails, I'm talking to you guys, just like I'm talking to you guys here right now, right? When I'm making my videos, because I know that when it comes to the table, when it comes to you, that you guys are going to feel me, right? You're going to feel my love, right? Because that's what it was. That was my trip, right? That was all for me, that trip, right? But you guys are now part of me, right? This brand is part of me. This live show is part of me, right? And I would like to do a little bit better by all of it and by all of you. So I'm giving it another shot. Pitbull, piece of raw meat in my mouth, right? And we'll have this figured out, right? It wasn't a wasted set of days off. Going to get a little Mother Nature. My entranceway is just, I'm so proud of myself, right? And at the same time, I'm making my projects for next week. So again, as I'm working on this all week, I'm at work now, but when I'm not at work, I'll come home and I will work at this all week, right? We're going to get this done. But I am grateful, I have to say, right? In this digital age, to be able to pick up lessons on my own, right? To be able to figure things out on my own and not rely on people and resources. It's nice, right? Like Nancy tried to help me uh last night with she came into my live and she was talking about an app that she was using. That app that I used this afternoon, and it was really easy. It took a little time, but it was really easy. I got the video uploaded to my YouTube channel, no problem, right? But it wasn't the quality that I wanted it to be. It wasn't the quality that in the lessons that I've taken in, that I've learned to put out, to bring to the table. So I'm going to give it another shot. It's still on my YouTube channel. If I have to, I'll release it. If I have to, right? But I feel really good about the baby steps today because the baby steps got things accomplished. It right? I could have stopped. I could have made something yummy to eat. I could have gone for my walk, right? And just totally ignored all my problems and just, oh, right. I'm so ready for some Mother Nature. I could have gone for my walk. I would have still been out there now. Now I'm just gonna go for a walk. I'll probably go pick up a cup of coffee or something, right? And then walk home. Just enough to catch that fresh air so that when I do wake up tomorrow, right? That I can feel that, right? I filled my days off up with things and not just silly things. I filled them up with lessons, right? That I've learned so much, right? This week. It is really funny how this word learning came to be. Is it our ninth word, guys? We've done, yeah, it's our ninth word now. Last week we had purpose. This week we have the word learning. And it's to each one of us, you guys, to make the choice to make some movement. Movement does require putting one foot in front of the other, right? But sometimes it's one thought in front of the other too, right? Sometimes it's being a spectator, right? All the time, it's being the student, right? Even when you're the participant, we learn our lessons, don't we? I've been a participant for 5 days, and the lessons have been smacking me upside the head, right and left, all through those 5 days, right? And I've absorbed them. And maybe I didn't find the answers, I didn't find the solutions that I was looking for, but I have been searching. And through the process of elimination, right, we're going to get things figured out. It's almost like reverse engineering. I'm getting my editor back up and running. But sometimes, right, it is the process. And I'm not going to even say sometimes, it's always the process, right? If you're making movement forward, it has to be, right? Because you don't learn anything sitting on the couch with the remote control, right? Because sitting on the couch with the remote control, you're only absorbing, right? You're absorbing. You're not participating in that in any way, right? So yeah, it has been interesting. Okay, let me see who's popped in here tonight. Kathy, hello, and Owen showed up, and Melvin's here. You must have that Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo is that? I like that one. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Kalamazoo, Kalamazam. Where does that come from, Melvin? I'm thinking it comes from some television show, doesn't it? Does it come from some television show from the 70s, Kalamazoo? I'm trying to think what, because it is very familiar, but it's a term that I haven't heard in a very, very long time. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. I feel so much better. I really, 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 really do, right? Feel better. I may have not accomplished what I thought I was going to accomplish, but I did accomplish today. And, my emotional well being is very, very important in this process, right? It's being the evidence that we can move forward, right? And it doesn't have to turn us into basket cases, right? It's nice to see. Nice. Well, I don't see you, Owen, but it's nice to hear from you, Owen, all the time, Owen. I love having you. I love having you here. I love having all. I can't believe that you guys follow me on both my live shows. And for those of you who are just popping in, if you never met me before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. I have two live shows here on YouTube. I have this one's a podcast. This one is What's my good cheer, and this one is every single day. And then I have a live show, Chatters Live, that we do on Sunday night. It's a little bit more casual, right? It's more of well, I guess we're a community here too, right? It takes time to build our community, but because I'm combining all my loves and all my passions, right, together, this was the place for this show. This was a show that I've had on Instagram for years now, and I just recently brought it to YouTube. I am a Google girl, right? I wouldn't have tried so hard this week, right? If I wasn't a Google girl, I would have just let Microsoft have me. Not a chance. Not a chance, right? So we're going to be back at it. More lessons, I'm sure, right? But I understand now that if I get frustrated with that, we shut it down, right? We do a little bit for ourselves so we can feel accomplished in something else. That's why it's important to have hobbies and responsibilities outside of what we're working towards, right? Right. And I've got lots of them. I got my metal detecting, I got my bottle digging, I got my back road exploration, I've got my urban exploration, right? So I've got lots of things in interest, and I got to make sure if one of them is in its learning process in that frazzle, right, that if I can find something, even if it's just for a moment, that I can jump into and start accomplishing in, that will help to level that emotional playing field so that I can go back into what needs to be done. And also at the same time, be open to possibilities, because if this works tonight after I do my live show, well, I'm going to go for a walk first, right? I'm not procrastinating on seeing if it works or not, but I just know I want to come home and I want to go, okay, let's tackle this. Right? I'm up for it. Give me your best shot. And then hit my program and pull in some media and I go, oh my goodness, it's back. My media, it's back. And then you know what's gonna happen? You guys are gonna get a video. You guys are gonna get a video. And then I'm gonna be editing constant, constant, just because I'm worried that'll happen again. But if it happens again, I'll have it figured and I'll know how to, right, get it sorted right off the hop. Took me a long time, right? They made me think that if I was going to go local, that I was going to destroy my computer and I was going to lose all my programs and stuff. So I just kind of hesitated in doing that. And that's what I did. I went local with my laptop. We're going to see if that does the trick. The only thing on this laptop now is Google and whatever files I have in my local. So we're going to give it another shot. It is a learning process. It's really kind of crazy that I got this word learning this week, because I'm in the midst of it. But you know what? It's just like when I pull the angel cards. They're always so perfect, right? For the moment that I'm in. And I have to trust, right? That I can read into that a little bit more because I see from the evidence, right? That, well, it's actually realized one way or another. Okay, you guys, that's it for tonight. Bedtime, you guys. I'm going to try really hard not to come in so late, but it's all built around my work schedule, right? That's why I've worked the schedule that I have the way that I do, to have that time off that I need so that I can apply it to my brand, and right, in reverse engineering these things that will help my brand to move forward, and not only to help my brand move forward, but to help me move forward, because I'm practicing my craft in the process, right? I'm practicing my own lessons that I'm shooting out there, right? And I'm being the evidence that it could be done. So let's see if I can get it done. You guys have a great night, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye. Oh, wrong button.